Grand juries return this week foreshadows troubles for Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mint Media. I am here to give you all about Donald Trump news. I will be very happy if you give a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Let's start. We have recently learned that the criminal grand jury in Washington, D.C., which has been receiving evidence from special counsel Jack Smith regarding Donald Trump's theft of thousands of government records and obstruction of justice, is scheduled to meet again this week. This comes after a significant hiatus during which the grand jury did not convene. Speculation has been rampant about the reasons behind this break, and conflicting reports have emerged the last time the grand jury met, with some suggestive it was around May 5 or shortly thereafter. The extended pause in the grand jury's proceedings followed a significant increase in the number of witnesses testifying before it, a trend that was extensively covered by the Midas Touch network. However, the pace of activity stopped down and eventually ceased altogether. There are several theories to explain this hiatus. One possibility is that special counsel Jack Smith has utilized this time to prepare his recommendations for the criminal indictment of Donald Trump, which would require approval from United States Attorney General Merrick Garland. Since the beginning, we have maintained that if special counsel Jack Smith decided to pursue criminal charges against Donald Trump, a recommendation which we strongly anticipate, Merrick Garland is likely to endorse those charging decisions. This belief stems from the fact that Merrick Garland handpicked Jack Smith for this role, and it is highly unlikely that Jack Smith, who left his successful position as a war crimes prosecutor to conduct a diligent investigation into Donald Trump's actions, would have his recommendations overruled. Jack Smith enjoys an impeccable reputation within the Department of Justice, having previously led the Public Integrity Section. Hence, once special counsel Jack Smith finalizes his charging recommendations, it is reasonable to expect that Merrick Garland will grant his approval, paving the way for Jack Smith to approach the grand jury once again and seek indictments. The preparation of the charging memo itself would typically require at least 2 to 3 weeks. Another explanation for the grand jury's hiatus could be related to witnesses who have not fully cooperated with the investigation. It is possible that this break was given to those witnesses, including Mark Meadows and Walt Nauta, to consider their options and decide whether to seek immunity or face potential criminal charges. Mark Meadows, who played a central role in the events leading up to and including the January 6 insurrection, has been in negotiations with special counsel Jack Smith and his lawyers regarding potential limited immunity in exchange for his testimony before the grand jury. It is likely that Jack Smith has informed Meadows' legal team that failure to cooperate may result in criminal prosecution. Similarly, Walt Nauta, described as Donald Trump's body man or valet during his time at the White House, was seen on surveillance footage at Mar-a-Lago handling boxes before the Department of Justice's arrival. While initially cooperative, Nauta's level of cooperation diminished, and his lawyers, who are being paid by Donald Trump, have indicated that he should either be granted immunity or charged. Another individual, John McEntee, who served as one of Donald Trump's body men, is also of interest to the grand jury, especially in relation to the Presidential Personnel Office and loyalty tests conducted prior to the insurrection. Recent subpoenas have been issued to the Personnel Office, and it is possible that Jack Smith has been waiting to obtain this information before proceeding further. It should be noted that McEntee's situation is less relevant to the grand jury's investigation into the theft of government records compared to the cases of Meadows and Nauta. Consequently, the grand jury is now reconvening in Washington, D.C., and it is entirely possible that special counsel Jack Smith has received a response from Mark Meadows, which could prompt him to present his case for indictments against Donald Trump to the grand jury. These indictments would embrace Trump's criminal conduct, including obstruction of justice, concealment and mutilation of records, and violations of the Espionage Act. among other potential crimes that have been discussed in relation to Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation. As we await further developments, it is crucial to highlight the significance of this grand jury's activities. Grand juries play a critical role in the criminal justice system by reviewing evidence and determining whether there is enough probable cause to bring formal charges against an individual. They operate in secret and allow prosecutors to present their case and gather testimonies from witnesses under oath. The fact that the grand jury is reconvening suggests that Special Counsel Jack Smith has made significant progress in his investigation and is now prepared to present his findings and recommendations to the grand jury. This step underscores the gravity of the potential charges against Donald Trump and the strength of the evidence gathered thus far. It is important to remember that the grand jury's decision to indict or not indict rests on the weight of the evidence presented to them. While the exact details of the evidence and the potential charges remain undisclosed to the public, it is worth considering the overall implications of this ongoing investigation. The meaningful theft of government records and obstruction of justice by a former president raises fundamental questions about the rule of law, accountability, and the integrity of our democratic institutions. The outcome of this investigation and the subsequent legal proceedings could have far-reaching consequences for the future of American politics. It will not only determine the legal culpability of Donald Trump but also serve as a litmus test for the strength and resilience of our justice system. The American people are closely watching to see if justice will be served and whether those who abuse their power will be held accountable, regardless of their position or influence. In the coming weeks, as the grand jury deliberates and potentially issues indictments, it is vital for the public to maintain an informed and measured perspective. It is essential to allow the legal process to be openly and respectfully open to the integrity of the grand jury proceedings. Only through a fair and transparent process can we ensure that justice is pursuing and that the truth prevails. The Midas Touch Network will continue to monitor and report on any significant developments in this case, providing accurate and timely information to the public. As the responsible investigation and more details emerge, it is our duty as citizens to stay engaged, demand accountability, and uphold the principles that form the foundation of our democracy. In conclusion, the imminent reconvening of the grand jury in Washington, D.C., signals a crucial stage in the investigation into Donald Trump's meaningful criminal conduct. Special Counsel Jack Smith's presentation of evidence and recommendations to the grand jury may lead to indictments and further legal proceedings. The outcome of this investigation will not only determine the legal consequences for Donald Trump but also have profound implications for the rule of law and accountability in our society. As we await further updates, it is essential to remain informed, patient, and committed to upholding the principles of justice and the integrity of our democratic institutions. How do you think about the video? Please let me and everyone know your feeling by comment your opinion about this video. I am Mint Media. See you in the next video.